Hey everyone, hopefully we'll be live here. Just waiting. Checking our stats and going. Two. Rolling here. Just want to make sure everything is going live. I'm not seeing any audio coming through. Audio going once. Audio. Any audio coming through? Okay, that sounds a little bit better. Okay, I think everything's coming through if you guys and gals are seeing everything or hearing it. Hopefully it means that it is coming through. Let's make one other change here. All right, see if that's coming through any better here or not. Robert, thank you. And Puppy Road Gaming, thank you guys as well. Gonna kind of give this a minute to kick in here. Real quick change. Make sure everything is coming. Should be. I know this is probably the most interesting stream you guys will get all day long. But I just wanted to chit chat a little bit, as it were. You guys are going to see me test a widget here too. I just want to see if things are on my end. Hey Edgar, thanks for swinging by. I'm glad you're here. All right, good. I want to make sure I could hear everything on my end as well. What a week. This has royally sucked in days, but at the same time, it has been so much better because of the community. And it's one of those things where community gets thrown around a lot. And I don't know that it really. I'm going to ramble here a lot. Not going to be my normal G-rated or PG-rated stream, so I may drop an F. We're rolling with the punches as we go. So, couple of things I wanted to do. First of all, just express my thanks to everybody who's reached out. Broke last Thursday. Oh, set chat to live chat. Forget to do chat. No chat. So basically, the whole idea behind this is I just ramble a little bit. I wanted to express a lot of people there, and a lot of it is because so many people reached out to me after we posted what had happened last. I'm going to go through and respond to posted something on the video, but one by one, go ahead and just express my thanks. And this is boring, if this is dull, I don't care. One of the streams. Just going to throw out there. First two guys I've got to throw my thanks out to is my two boys out for the Pixel Game Squad, Aaron They were amongst the first two that I talked to, and they were amazing. Meant the world to hear from them right away. JLuv 81, Linda the Gamer Girl, Castlemania Ryan, Michael J. Crawford the Anti, Bird of Prey 5, BP Retro, everyone at the Southeast Game Exchange and all the organizers. I know I said it originally, but you were supposed to be at Southeast Game Exchange Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening with Retro, and basically had to abort. One of those where I felt terrible that I had to back out last minute. Obviously, a life-changing event. So many ways, and they were so gracious. What can we do for you? What do you need? It's no big deal on our end. Go take care of you and your. Can't thank the Southeast Game organizer. Russ Lymann, the Nostalgic Numbnuts, TBelly, NES Addict, Megadan 29, Krillin 64, Edgar, yourself. See, I know you're in here in the chat here. Diehard Gamer Bros, Solid Nate, Adam Koralik, Steven Sayles, Joshua Mossman, Chiefvasqueeze, Jorge Osorio, Rafi, Constantine, Antar. I'm going to butcher some names. Deliberate, literally going through. I want to thank each of you individually. Video Game Lover 58, Captain Cisco, DimeDamage, Regan Dow, John Phillips, 8-Bit Glitch 79, Eugene Myers, EC Myers Vids, Ashani, Jorge Lyon, Ranson Cubersmith, Auto Fission, David Vasil, Your Funk Lord, Shawn Parker, Erik Javier, Owaz Gaming, Justin Harris, Derek Buckler, Julius, Nostalgia, Recrudo, Octovaio Tovar, Not So Friendly Gaming, Adam Yeager, Jeff Palm, Thomas Potts, The Raygun 4, Ginger the Gaming Dad Hartley, John Muishi, Yosef Petrick, Naib Mukal, Hermit the Gaming Hermit, Parks Gauntlet, Chris Amadeus, Grateful Dead 69, Dan Brosman. He's a Cubs fan, and even he could do the right thing. Appreciate it. Kirk D, Harrison Hacks, Vader Gamer, Smash JT, Generational Gamer, Rewind by Design, Andrew Fielding, Tim Davis, Fading Shadow, Benton RP, Major Giffy, Nathan Davis, Jay Johnson, Rafael Mendoza, Derek Tate, Barricade, Arcade Mad, Monterran Sharp, and Ali Day. Those are just some of the people who out there are the ones who actually commented on the original video. I'm not going into too much detail just because. But basically what happened was he had a massive heart attack. They were getting ready for their day, and it was time. Those who have sent prayers and well wishes, they've been heard. They've been. So we went down to help wife, widow, kind of get their home closed up. They had a summer home. And that was in Georgia in the mountains way back. We actually, yeah, I know. I think it's because I'm talking kind of quietly. That's one of the things I was looking at, clipping. So I recently updated my audio drivers, and it's kind of caused some issues. So hopefully it will improve here if I talk up a little bit. So basically, we went down into the mountains of Georgia for several days to help my dad's wife take care of the situation down there, get everything packed up so she could shut down for the summer, and then head down to where her sons are, my stepbrothers, so they could help take care of her. And I apologize. I'm seeing the audio clipping here on my end too. I'll try to speak up a little bit here so that it does not happen as much. We finished with everything that we needed to on Sunday, and we could have either headed directly home, or we had friends that were at the Southeast Game Exchange. Jay the NES Addict, JLuv 81, and others that were encouraging to have us come and just stop by and hang out with friends for a while. And, that was probably some of the best therapy, best what we needed for the time being. So, being able to meet JLuv and meet up with Russ again and NES Addict, the whole crew and everything that were down there was just, it was a welcome distraction. And people throw around the term community a lot, and I'm going to see if I move the windscreen, if that helps. Hang on, see if that's any better. People talk about community, they throw it around as just a casual statement. And on behalf of my family, on behalf of Ginger, who's here in the chat, and Eugene, thank you. I lost my track. On behalf of myself and Ginger and our entire family, the folks that came up, and except for, I don't think anyone except for Russ, we had actually met in person before. To a person, everyone came up and gave us hugs. And hey, John, how you doing? They wanted to, how you doing? What's going on? What can we do to help? That's the part of this community that it blows my mind. I mean, essentially complete strangers. They treated us like family. And for those of you, if you haven't done so yet, I'm going to grab a link here because I want everybody to go and subscribe to this person, because she is the heart and soul in a lot of ways of the smaller YouTube community, and she really is something else. Second, let me just type that in. And I think a lot of you probably already know where I'm going with this. But I want everyone to go ahead who's in here, and I want you all to go and subscribe to JLuv. She was in frequent contact with us. There's a link to her channel there in the chat. Just what do you need? What's going on? How you feeling? How you doing? Little John Riggs there for you. How you doing? John Riggs here. Discount John Riggs here. She is one of those that helps keep this community together and really pushes for community. And she's awesome. So everyone in here, do me a favor, go subscribe to JLuv right now and then come back. I've got to thank the guys again at the Southeast Game Exchange for being super cool. Let's see, John, mother and brother got into a nasty car accident recently. They both survived, thank God, but my mother has to wear a back brace for 3 months. My brother is really sore from the accident. I'm not going to air dirty laundry here. My family has been anything but perfect. I lost my mom in 95. Now my dad's gone. Don't let stupid stuff get in the way. There is an excellent documentary by a filmmaker named Dan Hayes, and it's on the Stars and Stripes honor flight. And the theme of it is every day is a bonus. When I first saw it, I was I was just watching it randomly. I think it was actually at work, and I was just blubbering. It was beautiful. I would honestly recommend checking it out if you've never seen it before. My one grandfather made, and I know I'm rambling here, but it's story time, folks. My one grandfather made, we called them ducks. It's an amphibious vehicle. It basically looks like a big school bus, but it's got like a boat bottom to it. So he was involved in World War II, and my other grandfather was involved in like civil defense. So it was important to me once I saw the whole Stars and Stripes documentary. I actually volunteered to be a guardian, and it was one of the coolest, most fulfilling experiences of my life. Over the last few days, that message has resonated again, that every day is a bonus. So like I mentioned at the beginning, this is not going to be normal G-rated stuff. So I implore you, if you have brothers, nephews, sisters, kids that you are estranged with, don't let stupid shit keep you from communicating, because life is too damn short. There, even to this day, there are family issues within my family. We put the fun in dysfunctional. I am glad that in the last 15 years, I was estranged from my dad for probably 5 or 6 years. And my oldest daughter basically was the spur to help bridge that hurt and that pain. We talk frequently thereafter because of it. You never know what's going to happen. We never saw this coming at all. My dad was a smoker. I figured he'd have lung cancer or something like that, and not a massive heart attack like this. But it is what it is. To quote Gabbo. Don't hesitate to tell those that are important to you that you love them, to hug them repeatedly. And I know as guys and Gen Xers, we probably have an easier time with this than the baby boomers who went before us, and those who come behind us, easier still. But it's always been the macho thing that you don't show emotion, or you don't tell your bros, hey, I love you and whatnot. You know what? I tell Riff, Aaron from the Pixel Game Squad, Gabbo, and I, we talk several times a week and whatnot. We always make sure at some point in time, let each other know, hey, love you guys. Need anything, let me know. And same thing, vice versa. They're another one that, it's hard to believe that in such a short time, people that I've met through the internet have actually been blessed and lucky enough to be able to hang out with, that they've become that important to me. Mike, how you doing? I'm glad you are here too, my friend. Russ, thank you for everything last weekend. You are another one that I appreciate that, Mike. I appreciate that. Russ was another one, like I mentioned earlier, with Jay and JLuv and the numbnuts and everyone. Russ, first thing you do, gave me a hug when he saw me. So there's a lot of drama and stupid stuff going on the internet, right? There just is. And, I'm not going to, just throw out a name, pro Jared, everybody, shock and awe, blah, blah. Who cares? At the end of the day, it's a couple of people that cheated on their spouses with other people. You know what? Let them just, it doesn't matter. In the greater scheme of things to your life, it doesn't matter. In some ways, this doesn't matter either. I wanted to kind of share the feelings that, the feelings of gratitude. I hope that's one thing, one of the reoccurring things that I've seen in the comments and whatnot from people who, have extended their condolences is, the appreciation for my appreciation. And I will never not start a video by not so many double negatives. Eugene, you need to correct my my English here, but there will never be a time where I will not thank those of you who come to hang out, to watch what I'm doing, to be a part of my silly, stupid stuff, and just throw a comment, throw a like, show us, whatever. I know a lot of people just give it lip service. I can't give it the lip service. It's honest. It's from the heart. It's weird to go and see, and like I say, going to making the detour to the Southeast Game Exchange this weekend. and not only seeing people, or not seeing, but not just having people come up and give me a hug and extend their condolences and everything, but to do it for Ginger and for the baby, and extend their condolences to the family. You couldn't tell me that was the first time that we had met the way that we were treated, and I kind of wish she was streaming right now that we could go do a raid on JLuv. But seriously, she's a class act that really helps keep this community growing. Yeah, and Riff, I don't know how long you've been here, man. I appreciate everything that you and Gabbo have done over the last week and year, 2 years, so on and so forth. And you can confirm this in the chat and everything that as often as we talk, at least one of us throughout the week just throw out hey, love you, man. Let me know what you need. John here says he's lost his sister, died in May. She was 26 years, felt incredibly guilty when she died because we didn't have a great relationship, to put it mildly. And I get that. I absolutely do. And it's one of those things that time is like a river. It only flows in one direction. And it's a precious resource that you can never have enough of. It sounds stupid, but one of my, I hate that I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. Star Trek quote, that time is like a predator stalking you. And in a lot of ways it is, because you never know when, to put it kind of bluntly, but and maybe not as graciously, but when you never know when the kill is going to come, as it would be. So John Riggs has been a lot of times when he signs off, hug those and those that you love, or something like that. If something is important to you, you make the time. If someone is important to you, you make the time. And it's just what it is. And I hate to do this, but if there's any way we could use a little bit of help from the community, a little bit more, and I hate doing this. So I am the youngest of 3, and we are having and I have this information in the more info section here too, of the stream. We are having a celebration of life for my dad coming up in a little bit here, and I didn't know this, but airlines don't do bereavement fairs anymore, or very few do, and the ones that do, it's generally, oh, we're not gonna screw you because you're booking so late. So what I will probably do at some point is I'm gonna probably do a like a fundraiser stream or whatnot, just to try to help raise a little bit of money to get my middle brother flown out here. My oldest brother and I, we're both basically going to make sure that he can come out. The fun thing about it right now is he's going through cancer too, so that's awesome. Edgar, right now, my friend's house, having a great time because I always visit my friends to see them. Visit my parents a lot because of, yep. So, funny story here, Edgar, and to everyone. So, I work for a company that sponsors a NASCAR car. And for those who don't follow the series, they're coming to Indianapolis, not this weekend, but next weekend, which is about 2 hours from us. I was going to go get some killer pictures and whatnot. And that's actually when the celebration of life is going to be when that's going on. And I was going to go with one of the guys I used to work with at Horizon Hobby. And when Nick, thank you, Riff, I appreciate it. And when I told Nick earlier today, it's the name of the person I was going to go with, that, hey, sorry, it's for obvious reasons. I gotta cancel this. And it wasn't like haha funny, but he basically told me that after he heard the news, he called his dad and they had a long conversation just because. And that's one of those things that I can't encourage you all enough to do. Call your folks. I don't care how old you are, call your folks. They love to hear it. And one of the things that I will always feel guilty about, I suck at sending out cards. Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, birthday, I suck at doing it. Part of it is because I never own stamps, so I don't have postage to send. You can always have things. There'll always be games to collect. There'll be events to go to and whatnot. You can never buy time. You can never buy memories. That's the type of thing that you can invest. You can never invest enough time in those who are important to you. And the funny thing is, when you invest in time, you don't have to ever withdraw anything because it's its own reward. Tell your kids you love them. Because you don't want to leave here and have them ever wonder, hey, did my mom, dad care about me? And there may be times when they're too stubborn and bullheaded to hear it. They may not want to hear it. They may not believe it. Keep saying it. Always try to give more than you take. Because the more you give, the more you actually receive in the impressions that you make on people. And it's irreplaceable. Always give thanks for what you have. Always show grace for what you have. Because it can always be worse. Can the fundraiser include a playthrough of Rygar? It might, Russ. It might. I don't care how pissed off you get at people. It's not worth it. It's just not. And I am so glad that over the last few years, my dad and I got a lot closer. I got something from him I never thought that I would. And that was an apology. Like I say, we were estranged for a number of years, and I got an apology from him. Never thought that would happen. At the same time, I honestly didn't need it because I had already forgiven him. But it still felt damn good. Don't hold stupid grudges. Life's too short. Be slow to anger and be quick to forgiveness. And just, again, going to sound stupid, just be excellent to each other. In this stupid, hyper-political state that we're in right now, people get so bent out of shape over the stupidest damn things. You know what? I don't care if you voted for Trump or Clinton or whoever. I don't care. At the end of the day, yeah, it might affect my pocketbook a little bit. But you can disagree without being disagreeable. It doesn't have to define who and what you are. Rise above as much as possible. And not to be overly preachy, and I am the worst person to give this advice because of my personal relationship right now. But have some kind of relationship with the man above. Mine isn't the greatest. It needs to improve. But we're only here for a short time. And we're going to be there a heck of a long time. I don't care what your faith is. I don't care. But it's important to have some kind of faith, some kind of moral compass, and pass that on. It's one of the things I adore about Ginger is the fact that her faith is so amazingly strong, and that will be passed on to our, and that makes me proud. Makes me feel very lucky. I love her for it. The past few days have been hell, and without her by my side, I don't know where I would be right now. And that's important to express too. Never go to bed angry. Always kiss your spouse goodnight. Always communicate. And make sure that they know that they are important. So yeah, that's my rambling for tonight. Main thing, if you look in the more info section, each and every person that's in there, those are people who expressed their condolences, passed on good wishes and prayers to me and my family after I posted that video. And it meant the world, still does. If I missed someone, I apologize, but know that it isn't something. And if I did probably misspell at least one or two. And again, I'm sorry about that. I think under the circumstances, it's understandable. Things are going to keep going here. We'll be posting new stuff soon. I have a couple of reviews already filmed. I've just got to edit. And while I didn't do any floor footage from Southeast Game Exchange, I'm going to probably do a pickups video. If I can leave you all with one thing, and I know this is a real deep stream, even those who aren't with us anymore, keep them alive by telling their stories. My oldest daughter and my youngest daughter will never know my mother because she passed away before either of them were born. My oldest daughter will know or did know her grandfather, my dad. I will need her to help me and Ginger to keep my dad's memories alive. And it's okay to cry. And it's okay to get choked up. But keep the memories alive for those who have gone. Because, again, stupid. If you remember them, they're never really gone. I have the Christmas tree from when I was a kid. And that was something that my mom and I decorated every year. And that's important for me to pass on to my kids. Ginger and I have talked about how that's a great story and legacy to pass on. I will not stop talking about my dad because he was a pain in the ass. Good God, he was a pain in the ass. But you know what? And I won't even say he was a perfect dad because he wasn't. And I don't think he would say that he was either. I'm not a perfect dad. I'm not even close to one. Yes, my oldest, I'm sure that she'd agree with that. Sorry, I'm sure that was a little loud. I will not have pictures of my dad in my house just because it's hard. Good Lord. We walked into the house yesterday after we got back from the road, and we have a Google Home. The little, kind of like the Alexa. Anyways, it's got the screen out. By the way, I hope there's no boogers hanging on. See, I can't take anything too serious. And when I walked in the door, the first thing I saw was the picture you see on the thumbnail for this video. Was on that. It was, my reaction was, really? Okay, we're going to do this. And I took a moment and just kind of let it hit me. And then I remembered how much my dad belly laughed when I goosed him in the ass for that photo. That was, I don't know if you can tell by the background, that was at Downtown Disney, down in Orlando, or Disney Springs, I guess. And good God, he hated Disney. You know, why do you want to go? There's all these people there. Yes, there are. And you know what? I'm one of those crazy people that want to be around them because it's fun. Stuff like that. Just being stupid. We're going to be okay. Not just my immediate family, of myself, Ginger, Ellie, and Cass. We're going to be okay, but it's going to hurt like hell for me. My brothers are going to be okay. I don't know how long it's going to take them. You don't have the closest relationships, unfortunately. Hoping that changes. I hate that if it does change, that it took my dad's passing to make that happen. When I talk about don't let stupid grudges get in the way, it's stuff like that I'm talking about. I feel old, like I'm giving fatherly advice here, and my dad didn't understand this whole youth. And I know that's one of the last, they came up, my dad and stepmom. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Here's another amazing woman right here is Linda, the gamer girl. First thing she did when she saw me was give me a big hug at Southeast Game Exchange. Grabbed the baby. Had to have the baby. The baby whisperer she will now be known as. My dad didn't understand this. For years and years, you know, I still to this day started when I was a freshman in high school, racing RC cars. Didn't understand it. You'd always ask, "You make any money doing it?" Well, no, but you know what? It's a hobby and I enjoy it. You need to do something different. Why? All right, you need to grow up. Okay, Dad, what do I need to do? Well, you get a hobby, go fishing. What money do you make fishing? It was something where if he couldn't relate to it, he didn't understand it, he couldn't appreciate it, so he didn't understand how others could. And one of the things that has helped me with, because I know how that feels, is to not be short-sighted by things that I don't necessarily appreciate and understand. I don't necessarily, I can appreciate the skill that it takes, but I've never understood. Thanks, Edgar. Thank you so much. I love you, my friend. Thank you for all the support. It means the world. You know, my oldest is into dance. I don't have the appreciation for it, but you know what? She does. Because of that, I love going to see her dance. It's awesome. And I always make sure that I tell her, even if she, you know, tripped or missed a step or had an issue, that I love her, that I'm proud of her, and that she's amazing. Thank you, Down Felix. I appreciate it. God bless you as well, Ocean. I appreciate that. And I've been rambling here for almost 45 minutes, so we're going to cut it loose here in a minute. But my condolences down Phoenix. I clearly know how much that sucks. Always, always, always take the high road when you can. Always tell those who matter that they do. And always try to be, I love this. Well, always be the person that your dog thinks you are. And by that, I mean your dog always looks up to you and loves you, and they're just happy for a pat on the head and a treat. And you know what? Sometimes it's the simplest shit in life that will just make someone else so fulfilled. And never forget that. It's not the big stuff. It's not. The big stuff is nice, don't get me wrong. But the details are what matter, the little details. I'm not trying to brag on myself here, but my mom was a florist. And one of the things she taught or tried to teach, I don't know about the other two, but I know for me, one of the things that she always instilled in me was how important it was to always give flowers to those that you care about. And so flowers are always something that is a gift given around the house for any reason. Hey, it's a Thursday. You're getting flowers. It's those little. Ginger calls it her love language. And it doesn't have to be a romantic love to show someone that you love, care about them. CM Retro Gaming, how you doing? Always strive to speak to others in their love language. And again, not necessarily in a romantic way, but to let them know that you value them, you appreciate them, and that you're glad that they're in your life. We're going to wrap it up here in a second. But I, again, just want to say I am overwhelmed and blessed by this community. And I don't just mean that as nerds and geeks who go to retro gaming conventions and play retro games or modern games, or in the case of some of the guys and gals out there too that watch sci-fi movies and read comic books. I'm talking about the community that will text you out of the blue and say, "Hey, you suck. What are you up to?" Oh, I forgot One Up Adam or Adam from One Up Card. I feel like a jerk for that. I just added him to the list. You just made the list. Yeah, I'm rambling at this point. I know it, but seriously, I'm a very private person. As dumb as this sounds, for a YouTuber who puts his face and voice out on the internet for dozens, thousands to see, and I use a lot of self-deprecating humor to keep egos in check and whatnot. This community is awesome. And I am so thankful to be a part of it. And it has been, I always try to give as much as possible. You guys see me in other streams and talk about, make sure you like, comment, share. It sounds ridiculous, but seriously, it's the easiest thing to do. Give a video a like for someone that you support. It doesn't cost you anything, and you know what? It helps them out in the algorithm. Share videos every once in a while on social that you think is cool. Donate whenever you can to help smaller channels out of any size. It's so cool when someone can actually get that threshold and they can take super chats and whatnot. Once they get that 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 hours of watch time and everything, that they get that growth and to be able to help them achieve their dreams and goals. This community is awesome. And again, I'm going to go a little bit off here, but thanks to Michael J. Crawford, the Anti-Trekker, and Bird of Prey 5. Slightly different geek community. They focus again on comics and sci-fi and everything, but I've been involved with that side of the house a little bit for the last 6-8 months or so, and it's just as awesome as the retro gaming community. If you ever, hey Crazy Casey, how you doing? I am so glad that Ginger talked me into going to Southeast Game Exchange. My heart needed it. And this is going to sound weird, but I think, and I could be wrong here, and this could be an arrogant statement. If it is, it's not meant to be, but I think those who were there needed me to be there. That makes sense. Like, they needed to know that, the stuff sucks, but we're going to be okay, and that we could still be ourselves for a little bit and break away from the hurt and the pain that we're going through. And this is going to hurt like hell for a long time. Russ Lymann, you're awesome. I will never follow you into a porta potty, however. Linda, you are the baby whisperer. NES Addict, you're the coolest of cool dudes. I'm so glad that I was there when you were able to pick up the larger item. I don't want to spoil that for those if you're working on a video for it, but he got a really cool item last minute for a really great price. JLuv, you slap like a girl, and I hope you see this after the fact. Yeah, you really are kind of the glue that helps keep everyone together, I think, in this little group of ours. And thank you. TBelly, cool as the other side of the pillow, man. The nostalgic numbnuts. Seriously, I can never watch Jerry Springer again because of YouTube. I know diehard gamer bros. Thank you so much for everything that you said at the show. Your DMs and everything after too have been they've meant the world. Mega Dan 29. I can't leave him out because he has been blowing up my DMs. Just checking to make sure everything is awesome, and well, not awesome, but that it doesn't quite suck as much as it could. He too has been blowing up my DMs and just kind of reaching out to us. Like I mentioned to Aaron and Gabbo, you guys have helped me so much. Just listen to my baby bullshit over the last year on certain things, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And I hope it's not a one-way street. I know I'm forgetting people, and I don't mean to. Yeah. Oh. And not a YouTuber, but again, to Ginger, my future wife. Man, we're getting married really quick. I love you. I don't deserve you. I will always cherish you. I will always appreciate you. And we are lucky to have you. And I'm gonna end the stream on this note here. Back in 2014, my dad had given me his wedding ring that he had worn. I'm sorry, I'm bumping the mic. That he had worn when he was married to my mom. After she died, it had three diamonds in it. Three, kind of a one offset to either side and then one in the middle. After she had passed away, she had been given either a 10, 15, or 20-year anniversary gift from her employer. And it was a pair of sapphire earrings, just studs. Nothing really to write home about. But after she had died, he had taken those stones to our local jeweler, who was a friend of ours. I was in scouts with the kids and everything. And they reset those 2 stones from those earrings, and there she is herself, JLuv. Your ears must have been burning. But they reset those 2 sapphires in my dad's ring. They pulled the two diamonds out on the outside. So there's basically sapphire, diamond, sapphire. Back in 2014, my dad gave me that ring just as a memento, just to make sure that it stayed in the family. When Ginger and I get married, I will be wearing that ring. Some of you know this, some of you don't. Not my first marriage, but I will be damned if this isn't my last, because, and I have told her this, and I've told my oldest daughter this before, that ring will not be poisoned by having a divorce attached to it. It adds with his passing now, knowing that he won't be there. Thankfully, Mary, his wife, my stepmother, we were just talking tonight that we've got her itinerary and everything locked up, that she will still be at the wedding coming here in a few weeks. So we're thrilled, and it fills our hearts to know that. I want to read you guys something. And some of you may have seen this. I know, JLuv, you've seen it. I actually posted this on my personal Facebook page. Because this is actually going to be the absolute last thing tonight. Cutting it. Going to wrap things up here. So, and I actually posted this back on the 22nd, the day that he had passed. It's hard to say this, but this morning we lost my dad. In this time of grieving, I'm also a bit hopeful. I hope that as my dad's final breath left his body, my grandparents on both sides, my mom, my uncles and aunts, they're all there waiting to welcome him home. I hope that they are all sitting at Eddie and Dorothy's Bar 27. Those are my grandparents. They had a bar on the north side of Milwaukee back in the 50s, 60s. I hope that they're all sitting at Eddie and Dorothy's Bar 27, laughing and catching up. And oh, the stories he has, from how much of an amazing young woman my daughter Cassidy has grown into, to going on adventures with Hunter, that is my nephew, my oldest brother's son, and how there's this new Ellie Jo who just hatched, but she's going to be going. So, well, this hurts, and it hurts a lot. I find peace in knowing that he is carrying on our stories of those he leaves behind. My dad was very much at peace with his mortality. He had said for years that his body was just a shell, and that when he left this existence, something better was waiting for him. That gives me hope and peace. I rambled for almost an hour here. I hope there's something here that gives you hope and peace, that gives you a feeling of my gratitude. And to let you know, and I said it earlier, this hurts like hell right now. But we're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. It's never going to be the same, but it can be okay. I will post within the next couple of days what my plans are for the fundraiser to try to help with my brother's airfare and everything to get him to the celebration of life. Jen, you weren't here earlier, but I shared that link earlier on, and I want everyone who watches it to go, and I will post this. You know, I'm going to actually throw this right here, also in the more info section. So those who are watching this after the fact, there's a YouTube channel link in there. I want you all to go and subscribe to that person because she deserves it. With that, I'm tired physically and emotionally. I still have to work tomorrow. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all. I appreciate and I love you all. You guys make a difference to me and my family every day. Don't ever, ever forget that. And until next time, and there will be a next time, because I'm too much of a pain in the ass to be going anywhere for a while. Until the next time.